Palestinians. We are more than complicit. So in this context, we have a duty as Europeans, as Greeks, as French, Lithuanian, whatever. We have a duty to mobilize. Mobilize, and then mobilize a little bit again. But that's not enough. Because as we know from past experience, we can mobilize thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, and still our governments continue to be complicit in the genocide. Which means that our mobilization must not only be an act of solidarity and show of support, but we must have a plan for taking over our governments in order to stop them.
A very deep and true statement from Yanis Varoufakis. Although, yes, the plan that I have thought about is also connected with and inspired from seeing the actions from the global Summud Flotilla, which is right now stopped in Crete. So let's go and see about that, and then I will come back to what Yanis said. And I agree with we have to mobilize, and I have some idea that I want to share with you.
Hey folks, so here's your daily flotilla update. About 30 boats are currently anchored off the shores of Crete to take cover from an oncoming storm. Today, I woke up to the crazy.
By the way, Global Summud Flotilla, if you are in Crete, if you need help, I might be able to assist, maybe host, maybe give you some logistic advice. Please feel free to reach out. I am ready and willing to get involved with supporting you. I think I could potentially even host up to maybe even more than 100 plus people. So do not hesitate to reach out.
Headlines where the United States government and Israeli media are classifying the flotilla as terrorists, which is crazy because the people on these boats are trying to fight terrorism.
By the way, it's a dangerous fine line, because I don't think we can win this fight if we fight terrorism. Well, you don't. You're definitely not terrorists. But I feel like the language and the vocabulary has to be non-violent in a way as to not give a hint that you are trying to put up a fight for terrorism. You are not fighting terrorism. You are barely trying to resist and do something about it. But yes, it's a very dangerous word, the word fight. I think we just need to defend ourselves. As Yanis said earlier about mobilization, I think it's very vulnerable to make a movement on the sea, and yes, it does increase awareness and it makes it visible and it puts it into the mind of people to question what's happening, which is great. You're doing an amazing job and I'm proud to see you. At the same time, I feel also the need to talk and speak up and bring attention to the connection between Global Summud Flotilla being vulnerable and what Yanis Varoufakis said about mobilization, which is exactly my approach with what I'm presenting as the Embassy of Connection. The Embassy of Connection is a new project I have worked, well, I have reached here. Anyway, long story. The point is that I want to have bases all over the world. That's why the embassy word play and connection, because we have to be connected. We have to be able to help each other and not be vulnerable. We cannot just be like, okay, one flotilla here, one flotilla there. But what happens in the meantime? Where do we gather to learn, to improve ourselves, to empower ourselves, to generate sustenance, to generate money, to generate income together, to not contribute to the system that is oppressive, and to make it, contribution based, to really go all the way and not just for a little piece. Okay. And yes, I see also these invitations of like all eyes on the global flotilla. I feel like it's a bit of a subversive statement, because we have to look in all our directions, in all directions, 360, in order to be aware of what's happening. And we have to look at multiple ways to mobilize ourselves. That's exactly why I think that the Embassy of Connection can be a project that can draw a resilient line of continuity in such a way that whatever embassies and places, lands, houses, town houses, workshops, arable land, sheds, nature places, we can all put them together under one foundation or NGO and protect them forever, so we can pass them on to the next generation, so they have a place that is honest, with honest people that are humanitarianly minded and collectively minded and well intended, and care to develop ethics and civics and philosophy and learn from each other, and learn how to treat each other. Anyway, that's kind of the project I'm going for. It's a huge project that I've been like squeezing my brains for more than 20 years now, because of dealing with the problematic of disconnection in general, and the severe disappointment with the system that appears to be the system, but is for sure not something that has our best intention in mind ever. It completely disregards us. We live in a totalitarian state, in a kind of subversive fascist state, in which violence is the dictator behind all our systems and subsystems. So we have to find a way right through it. We cannot go around, we cannot ignore it, we cannot try to escape it. There is no escape. And yes, the answer is mobilizing. So thank you, Yanis, and thank you, Tariq, and let's see the rest of the video.
I also discovered that apparently there's a situation room in an Israeli military base filled with 20 countries. Militaries from 20 countries trying to figure out how to stop the flotilla.
Interesting.
They're trying to stop a bunch of people trying to bring humanitarian aid and trying to break an illegal siege. And to me, it's just heartbreaking to see the amount of international cooperation of stopping activists and stopping people that are actually trying to take care of other human beings. That's the most mind-boggling part about all of it.
Okay, so internationally, people can come together to support genocide, but they cannot come together to support themselves. This is exactly what I'm proposing with the Embassy of Connection. We can actually come together to support ourselves properly and completely and resiliently and with continuity, because these places will be protected forever and will be in our open source, public management, full transparent, full contribution based, full good vibes, full healthy stuff, not for profit, non-profit association. So if this, of course they are well organized. We're dealing, or like we are forced to deal with powers and actors, international actors that have the rooms. What was it called? Anyway, the situation room. Okay, so they have resources. Okay, they have access to their situation rooms. So my questions to all of you is: do we have our situation room? We don't have any situation room. We barely struggle to even room ourselves. So let's get together for this, and go all the way, and free all the melon, and not just a little piece of the melon. Okay. I love Gaza. I stand with Gaza. I stand with all people. I stand with all people without exclusion. And with Lebanon, with Cuba, with all oppressed people that have no justice and only violent oppressors have to be helped. And that's, hopefully we can do that if we mobilize properly. And I feel like Embassy of Connection, or like this concept, not necessarily this one, but this idea can actually be exactly the missing piece that we need to take care of all of this all together and all at once. Well, it's gonna take a little bit, but I think we can achieve a great amount of things if we have the rooms to meet each other. We have the spaces, we have the resources, which we are the resources, so we can generate a lot together. A lot of us know a lot about business, a lot about uh, creating resources and generating stuff. So a lot of skills on the table, because we are the people, we are the power, and we have the potential to manage it properly. I feel like most of our crisis is just, if I were to put it into one, it's just like poor management, and that's it. Like, it's just improper management built on a rotten infrastructure. Anyway, let's go back to the videos.
It's not Israel's actions. Israel's actions are predictable, and they've been predictable. But what's just been heartbreaking is seeing the way that the world reacts and continues to support Israel, as Israel has been committing a genocide and continuously harming and bombing civilians all over.
I don't think necessarily this is right. We cannot predict much, because if all our eyes are directed to one direction, we cannot really predict much. I think that's a bit of a high statement. And yeah,
For the world. And instead of trying to stop Israel from harming civilians, they want to stop the civilians trying to save other civilians. The craziest thing about it all to me is the way that, like, even anchoring somewhere isn't necessarily safe, because last time the flotillas were anchored somewhere and they got attacked by drones, and so we're still having to figure out and do drone watch and see if we're even safe here.
to go back to your statement, I feel it's like you cannot expect much from people who are stuck in a survival loop, because you have to give them an opportunity to do something else. What opportunities are you creating? You're just fighting, or, well, you said it yourself, you're fighting. I said that you shouldn't even think about fighting them, or just simply resist, or simply, protest. Like, that's just one little step, but you have to go all the way. That's exactly why I'm proposing the project of the Embassy of Connection, because you can have the spaces, have the resources, have the rooms where we can have discussion and empower. You have to give people opportunity to choose something else, and we cannot just go and throw blame at each other and hope that this will solve. Of course, we are stuck in a loop, in a digital loop, in which we have like 4 reaction buttons: angry, sad, cry face, haha, and like and heart, and that's it. Like, most people stop there, or they sign a paper, petition, and they think they've done something. Okay, we need to mobilize properly. Okay, and that's what I'm inviting all of you to think about. And please join for interviews. Invite me. I'm open to talk more about the mechanics of this and the steps of it all, and take you deeper into the insights I have on this idea.
And again, it just breaks my heart that the people trying to bring aid and care and love to another group of people are the ones potentially being attacked, because we dare to stand up against the oppressive systems that are harming people. I think we all need to be a lot more critical about the things that our countries choose to protect and the people they choose to condemn. And for years now, the people leading these countries have told you who they are with their actions. So I guess the question is, when are we going to do something about it? And when are we going to elect people that actually care about humanity instead of wanting to watch it burn? But the last thing I'll leave you on is this beautiful view of a moonrise off the shores of Crete, because amongst all of this danger and all of this chaos, it's still so critically important to recognize the beauty in life, because the beauty in life is what we're fighting for.
Again, you shouldn't be fighting for beauty. You should try, or not try, aspire to inspire beauty by giving an example and by creating opportunities for resilient nonviolence. And maybe you will have a chance to even inspire current terrorists or terrorist associations or mafia groups, or because they will see and recognize that, okay, we actually have a choice, because they have been bad for their whole life. They have been propa well, they have been propaganded into being evil. They were not evil. Like, everyone has a chance to redeem themselves, but when you're born in a system and you are surrounded by an environment that only propagates the same type of energy, it's very hard to not become your environment. So let us stop fighting. It's not about fighting. Let's start creating and start mobilizing properly. Thank you.